Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. I just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody who's liked and commented and subscribed and shown some support so far. It's been really brilliant. I've been not so well, which is why I haven't uploaded any videos for a couple of days, but I'm back again now, and today we're going to be talking about the Slimming World Danger Zones. Okay, so anybody who's been doing the plan for a while is going to know that there are times when things just get on top of us and we go off the rails, and it's really helpful if we can know when those are going to come up. Sometimes it's going to take us by surprise, but there are times where we're going to be able to recognise our danger zones and when we're repeating the same things over and over again. Now, my danger zones and your danger zones are going to be completely different, but I'm going to run through some of mine today. Maybe they'll resonate with you, maybe they won't, but maybe you could give me some of yours and we can help each other out. The biggest danger zone I find for myself is always after work. I can sometimes be working as late as 6-7 o'clock, and by the time I get home I'm starving, and that even includes the days when I manage to remember to bring some food in with me and have for lunch. But when I get home, all I want to do is reach for anything. I don't want to be standing around waiting for half an hour for food to cook. I want to be able to grab anything that I can, and 9 times out of 10 the things that I'm reaching for are not the things that are going to be on plan, or they're going to be quite high in my sins, and then I'm blowing my sins for the day. I realised early on that this was one of my danger zones, because sometimes, like I said, I'm starving even when I get home and I've had lunch at work. More often than not, I will forget to bring lunch with me. I'm not the most organised of people when it comes to forward planning my food. And because of that, I can sometimes go 8, 9, 10 hours before I've even had anything to eat. So you can imagine, by the time I actually get around food, I don't really care what I'm having. I just need something. What I've had to start doing is making sure that either A, I am forward planning with my meals so that there's food there ready for me when I come home, or I'll try and fill my fridge and my cupboards up with food so that when I'm grabbing and eating and I'm having it straight away, the things are going to be good for me. Or I'm making sure that I'm taking extra little bits and pieces to work with me that I can snack on, so by the time I get home I'm not so hungry. I'll have my meal at lunchtime, but I'll make sure I bring a bit of fruit in with me, or some hi-fi bars or something that's just going to see me through those extra couple of hours, so when I get in I'm not just reaching for anything. Another danger zone for me can be the weekends. Now, everybody's got a different weekends. Some people work, some people don't, some have got a kid, some haven't. I tend to work because I'm based on appointments most weekends. Sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday, sometimes both. And if I'm not working in my studio where we are today, then I'm out on the road with my other business doing conventions and things like that. Now, if I'm in the studio, I can try and plan ahead a little bit, either bringing food with me or getting home and making something. But a lot of the times when I'm out and I'm at these conventions, I find that the best intentions are there, but I don't always follow through on them. I'll make food that I end up rushing in the morning that isn't so nice, or isn't even on plan, or when I get there and I haven't taken food, I seem to always find myself next to a cake stall, nearly every single time. And it's got to the point where the girl who runs the cake stall, who we seem to bump into each other at every event, we've got to know each other so well that she just gives me her cakes at the end of the day. So whatever she's got left over, she puts them my way. Who can say no to cakes, seriously? And even if it's not the cakes, I'm there and I'm hungry and I think, and I run out and I'll go to somewhere like Starbucks or Pizza Hut or Burger King, and I'll just grab something that's quick, get me back on the stall, get me working, and that'll see me through. But it's not great. I should really be planning it, because that weekend can blow the whole week. That's how bad it gets when I go off plan. If on a rare occasion I actually manage to get a weekend off, I'm a little bit safer. I'm in the house more often than not, so I will make sure that the meals I'm cooking are good. They're on plan. They're not going to derail me. But more often than not, I am going to be out, so I've got to make sure that I'm planning ahead and avoiding those danger zones. Another time I find particularly tricky is late at night. I could have had my dinner, I could have had my tea, I could be feeling really satisfied, but by the time it gets to about 9-10 o'clock, especially now with the winter being in and the nights seem to last forever, they're much longer, it's darker for a lot longer, you just want a bit of extra comfort food. And I'd be sitting there about 9 o'clock watching a film and thinking, oh, I could really do with some chocolate. Wouldn't be so bad if I knew how to stop at a bit of chocolate. Who knows how to stop at a bit of chocolate? There's no such thing. I'll go for an entire massive bar, which may or may not have happened yesterday. what I've started to do in those instances is making up sin boards. Now, they basically will have a couple of sins worth of treats on there, maybe some crisps or biscuits or a bit of chocolate, but I'm also making sure that I'm filling half of those sin boards with things like kiwi and strawberries and banana and yogurts and things that I can have that are free. So I'm teaching myself that these free foods are a treat, and I'm also making sure that I'm not overdoing it. Even if it's within my sin allowance, I'm not relying too heavily on those, because what I found in the past is once I introduce too much of that bad stuff, too much chocolate, I want it all the time, and I don't want to have to fight those cravings. I'm craving enough things in life without having to crave that as well. So I try and curb that by mixing up my sin boards with a lot of healthy and speedy fruit. Something that I think that we can all relate to are nights out. Whether it's a planned night out that we've been thinking about for the last 3 weeks, or it's an impromptu night out when your friend phones and says, hey, coming out tonight, and off you go. We have got to make sure that we can be best prepared for those. Now, I'm not a big drinker. No, I take that back. I am a big drinker. I don't drink regularly, but when I do drink, I absolutely smash it. I don't have a couple of drinks, I go through bottles, and I'm a whiskey drinker, so you can imagine what I'm feeling like on a Sunday morning. But if I know that I'm going to be using up a lot of sins on alcohol, whether it's a planned night or an impromptu night, what I'll try and do is make sure that I'm not using up those sins on other things as well. So I don't go out and go drinking and then end up in McDonald's on the way home. I try not to do that. And likewise, as if it's a night in, but I'm having a drink, I'll try and get some treats in, but some really low sin treats. For the people who do go out and have a drink, it's not just about making sure that we're safe on that night. It's about making sure we are safe the following day, because a hangover feels like crap. And I know when I wake up with a hangover, the last thing I want to be thinking about is going downstairs and making myself a salad. It's not happening. So what I've had to learn to do is, if I know I'm about to have a heavy night, I will pre-cook something so it's ready for me the next day. So I might stick something in the slow cooker overnight, or cook it all day the day before, and I'll do big meals. So I might do like a curry or a stroganoff, something that's going to really hearty and fill me up, but it's completely sin-free. And it means I'm getting that food in me with minimal effort, and I haven't got to worry about just reaching for the bad stuff just because I'm hungover and I'm in a position where I just can't be bothered. Biggest danger zone for most people, and you wouldn't necessarily even think it, but it's weigh day. I know so many people, it doesn't matter what time of day they weigh, they could be first thing in the morning or last thing at night, and they will treat the rest of that day as a junk day. Have whatever they want. Leave group, head straight to the Chinese, get a big massive takeaway in, go home and eat it. And maybe have a bottle of wine with it, or a couple of beers and things like that. So imagine if your cheat day is weigh day and you weigh at 9:30 in the morning and you're spending the next 12 hours eating whatever you fancy. It can be really dangerous. And one of the reasons why I don't do that is because I don't want to spend the rest of my week fighting off the sins that I had for one day. If I'm going to use up 70 sins in one day just because it's weigh day and I've got that out of the way and I can do what I want, that weight loss the following week, that turns out to be £2. It could have been 4. And also it ties into another video which I did a couple of videos back about emotional eating. You are training yourself to say, I deserve this. I deserve a treat. And you are putting food on a pedestal and you are saying, I deserve chocolate. I deserve crisps. I deserve a takeaway because I've been good all week. Well, that's not changing your mindset. That's not helping you in the long run. You are making it a bit more difficult for yourself by teaching yourself that I've been good, therefore I should have bad food. I don't want to get in that mindset for myself. That's a big, big danger zone that I want to avoid. And I think we should all avoid that. I'm not saying don't have treats. I'm not saying don't have cheat days. That is completely up to you. Just be completely mindful of the knock-on effect that can have. We've all got different ones. Maybe you've got something as well that will click in and you'll think, oh yeah, I do that. It's learning what they are is the most important thing. And the second most important thing is learning to overcome them. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm really glad to see you've all come back and watched another video. I will be getting some more uploads over the next couple of days, so please keep tuning in. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. There's going to be links below. And also remember to like and subscribe.